Corbin Pennell, better known as Jupiter the Hybrid, is a delusional 25-year-old that is married to a My Little Pony doll and thinks he's not human, but a hybrid between a vampire and a werewolf.
I'm a hybrid between vampire and werewolf. I'm a hybrid. My dad's a vampire, my blood dad's a vampire, my blood mom's a werewolf. Meaning I wound up with both their powers, so. When I first got on with you, my skin started to itch. That's the one thing about us magical creatures. When we actually interact with others of our kind, we get itchy.
My shoulder was just getting itchy when I first met you. I was itching right here.
Yeah. I usually get itchy around my neck.
Tell me about your ideal date. If you had to take me on a date, what would you do to me? I mean, with me.
You're funny. You're funny. Thanks. And cute. So, I'd probably take you somewhere nice. Probably take you up to Golden Corral from my place. And if you've noticed how when I'm literally turned on, you can tell just by my eyes, because my eyes start glowing a little.
Jupiter honestly had a really start in life. He was born with 2 drug addict parents and ended up bouncing around foster care for a bit. On top of being in the system at an early age, which led to Jupiter becoming a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of his adoptive brother Shane Pennell, he was diagnosed with ADHD and autism according to Kiwifarms, which will explain quite a bit as we move further into this video.
I swear this to anyone who's gonna watch these videos, but I swear that my mom's spirit is right here in this house with us. Watch carefully. Mama, if you are here with me in this house, move the rocking chair, please. Make the rocking chair. Y'all saw that, right? She made the rocking chair start rocking. Like it started rocking back and forth, just carefully and steadily.
Jupiter would go on to drop out of high school at the age of 18 and moved into a group home nearby. After around 7 years of living in this group home, Jupiter was forcefully removed from the facility due to violations of house rules. After hearing all this, it should be clear that Jupiter had a pretty rough home life as a kid, but his less than perfect upbringing in no way should be used as an excuse for the many crimes he would go on to commit. Jupiter first entered the world of social media in 2017 when he created a YouTube channel called Jupiter Paranormal 7357. On this channel, he posted videos of, quote, paranormal activity he was witnessing, but to most people, it just looks like the schizophrenic ramblings of a deranged kid lover. The videos are definitely funny, but what I personally love is how he titles them. It reminds me of the random people having manic breakdowns you see in your shorts feed. I mean, really look at some of these. This one is titled, Weird has been happening in my home. Weird noises and unknown pulling on my jacket. And this one is called, Please Don't Call Me Crazy, but something is going on in my home and I want it to stop. Only someone whose brain is literally melting could come up with these. Despite Jupiter starting a social media page as early as 2017, he wouldn't have any real audience until the year 2023, when the TikToker Linda Binda made a video with him.
I'm telling the truth, I used to run with a group of hackers.
Oh, wow.
It was fun while it lasted, too. When our boss man graduated and moved on to greener pastures, he left me in charge. And my friend Skylar at the time, who was my then rival, usurped power from me and took over. But I'm not sure if I'm wanting to continue that life, because if I continue that life, I'm going to constantly be on the run. I'm going to tell the others who I ran with, I'm going to tell them I'm retiring. I'll stay on as an advisor, but after that, I'm done.
This relationship Jupiter had with Linda was quite a tumultuous one. At one point, Linda actually didn't believe the things people were saying about him and pretended to want a relationship with Jupiter for months. On one of their regularly scheduled FaceTime calls, Jupiter claimed to have the power of bringing inanimate objects to life, and he also claimed that he used that power to bring his My Little Pony doll to life, who he then impregnated and had little pony babies with.
So, like, you've had children with her?
Yeah, but I made her promise no more after, like, our last set of triplets. I told her no more. I was done.
So, like, how did she get pregnant?
If I were to tell you the way, it would kind of disgust you in a way.
Why don't you whisper it to me and I'll tell them in the most PG way I can.
What I do is I just inject some of my into her, and then I use magic to grow the embryo over time, and then the embryo takes on a new life, and then they have to be transferred to a new body. If you get my meaning.
They want to know what do the kids like look like.
Sorry, they're kind of quiet. They're sleeping right now. There they are. Those are most of the kids we've had. Those are most of the kids we've had together.
Okay. Is that what our kids are going to look like?
No. I mean, they'll be mostly human looking, so...
Mostly.
Yeah, they'll be human looking.
Aside from the new insight into Jupiter's relationships, this series with Linda also gave us more information about his personal hygiene and living conditions. Around June 12th of 2023, Jupiter told Linda that the reason for his mattress being brown is due to sweat and dirt seeping into his mattress.
I want to know why your bed is brown.
Oh, that is just from my sweat and everything, that all the dirt that comes off my body. It's just sweat and dirt molecules. And sometimes my sweat will coat the bed and make it all brown from the dirt all over my body. So, yeah.
I have that problem too, honestly. Sometimes I like to sleep with my shirt off. You know, you can probably imagine it.
Yeah, I know you're a nude sleeper. You said that over camera once.
Someone said to ask you where the body is.
What body? Oh, they mean when I transferred my soul into my ring?
Sure.
Something took over my body. An entity, of course, took over my body while it was in my ring, while my soul was there. I was trying to rescue someone from an evil creature, you know?
Someone asked, have you ever ate anybody?
I mean, I've never eaten a human, but there have been some times where I came damn near close to doing it. I went full form and nearly wound up eating him.
When you combine that statement with the greasy look his hair always has, it's a pretty obvious fact that Jupiter very rarely showers, if at all. If you look at all the videos Linda made with Jupiter, they add up to almost 100 million views, which really got his name out there. Unfortunately for Jupiter though, his newfound fame would also trigger his depraved downfall into internet infamy. Within 2 months of Jupiter going viral for his flirting session with Linda, he was outed as a pedophilic freak. The first video to go really viral exposing Jupiter comes from the TikTok user at Desperate Housewives and has over 20 million views as of today. In the video, you'll see Jupiter trying to seduce a girl named Maya who allegedly was underage at the time.
Okay, Maya, 3 reasons we should date. 1, if you like what you see, then take it. 2, if you think that you'll be able to handle me, then that's on you. 3, you're cute as hell, and I'd love to have you on my arm. And here's a 4th reason. If you think that you'll be able to tame my inner beast, knock yourself out, girl. Thanks for watching, Maya. These are my reasons for you to date me. Peace.
After this video failed to win Maya's love, Jupiter began sending messages to her friend Tophia, which is what allowed us to have access to these next 2 videos.
So, your name is Sophia, right? Well, this little devil wants you to know the reason why he wants you to date him is because if you like what you see, you take it. You like what you want, then grab it. You know the price and buy it. These are the reasons why I want you to date me. Is you're cute, you make me laugh, you make me smile, and I love you, and hopefully you will love me in return. And Sophia, you like what you see, take it. You want it, take it for yourself. And you're brave, smart, and cute. Those are the reasons why I want you to date me. Jupiter's here for you, baby. Sophia, I know that you want this badly. This werewolf is very hot for you. And if you like what you see, then take it. Because this is your way of knowing that we're gonna date. So, yeah. There you go, Sophia. My love. Gave you a kiss. And also, love you so much. This is the reason I want you to date me, is because you're hot, you're sexy, and I wish that.
When you look at all the evidence against Jupiter, the stuff with Sophia and Maya really isn't all that damning. The next piece of evidence I want to look at was leaked in July of 2023 and shows Jupiter asking a girl if she would ever do porn. And fun fact, he thought this girl was between 14 to 15 years old.
Have you ever thought about maybe becoming a porn star? Have you ever thought about that? I mean, what if you and I decided to make, if ever you and I got married and we decided to make our own porn videos, and we added them to different sites and they paid us a butt ton of money, would you consider doing it with me every time?
For context, this is someone that Jupiter thought was from the ages of 14 to 15 years old. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He even said it to me multiple times. Like, the police can't do anything about it because they won't imprison someone that has mental issues. So he knew what he was doing was wrong. And I believe that if someone does something that they know is wrong, they should be held accountable for their actions. And again, Jupiter is 25.
Even though most of these incidents took place on Snapchat, that wasn't his only method of communicating with minors. He also loved to use Discord, which brings me to our next clip. Here you'll see Jupiter on a phone call with multiple minors, and he's openly saying it's okay for a 13-year-old girl to send him pictures of herself. He even goes as far as saying he would lower the laws of consent if it were up to him.
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind. Do you plan on turning me in if I say yes?
No, I would never.
I'd lower the consent all the way to 16 if you guys wanted me to. Or I'd even change it to 15 if you guys wanted me to.
Honestly, Jupiter might take the cake as the most despicable person I've covered yet. He's so creepy, and as you'll see in a moment, he feels no remorse for what he's done. After all this stuff went public, Jupiter uploaded an apology video in which he mysteriously admitted to all the allegations.
It is with a humble heart that I, Jupiter, aka Corbin Pennell, was a pedophile, and am hated for those crimes. I ask the world's forgiveness, as well as those who I've wronged, Bree, and all those other named souls that I have wronged. Pedophilia was never really what was supposed to be, and I apologize for those actions that I have taken. I am Corbin and Jupiter, and I give you my solemn word that it will never happen again. Bree and other countless souls who I have hurt and wronged, I beg your forgiveness for the pedophilia I have done. I am not worthy of knowing if you forgive me or not. I am unworthy. And to the rest of the world, I was a pedophile. But I have seen the error of my ways and wish to be forgiven of my pedophilia crimes.
Forgive me, everyone on TikTok. Forgive me, and know that my crimes are heard. And know that I wish to be repenting of those crimes.
Despite Jupiter's apology, he would once again be caught sending inappropriate messages to minors. The first instance took place literally within 24 hours of his apology video being posted, and consisted of Jupiter sending some hentai type picture with the caption, "Want you to look like this when we f***." And it's important to note that he didn't just send this to some random person. He sent it on a server that is filled with minors and had caught him acting predatorial before.
You know, I have to really say that that was great acting. He gets an A+ for acting. I could totally see that being a monologue at a middle school theater performance. If Jupiter really thought that his apology was sincere, then he wouldn't have sent this message the next day to the same group of minors that he was communicating with weeks prior.
The second incident following his apology video is even worse than the first. Here you can see Jupiter claim that age shouldn't matter when it comes to consent, and that it only matters how old the person feels. If you think that statement is bad, just watch the clip and see how much worse it gets.
If you feel like you are mature enough to make babies, then you are old enough to do so. To which someone replied, "So you would breed me even if I'm 15? And his simple response was, "Yes." Now, if that didn't show you that he didn't mean anything he said in his apology, then hopefully this will.
I'm just letting them know I don't care what they think of me, because I am who I am. They can't change that.
My hope is the more I post about Jupiter and the things that he has done, the more it'll get out there, and the more likely it'll get into the hands of the FBI, the police, anybody that can help get Jupiter where he needs to be.
You really can't ask for much better evidence than that. The girl admits she's only 15, and Jupiter still says he would, quote, breed her. Unlike a lot of the people I cover, the police seem somewhat motivated to put Jupiter behind bars. Less than 1 week after Jupiter's apology video, a search warrant was executed on his house by the Nampa Police Department on suspicion of internet crimes against children. During the raid, Jupiter was detained and his house was searched. The police ended up confiscating his phone, Xbox, and computer, but no arrest was made. I've looked through the entire Nampa PD Facebook page for updates on Jupiter, but found absolutely nothing. Same goes for any local news outlets that would cover his arrest. So for now, it seems Jupiter has escaped the consequences of his actions. And even though the police took his electronics, he was able to get his hands on new devices and access social media once again. Honestly, nothing too interesting has happened since the initial police raid. All he's posted about is fake apologies and rants denying the pedo allegations. Although Jupiter's posting online has decreased significantly in recent times, he has made brief appearances on a few podcasts and they weren't good. The first appearance Jupiter made was with Nick Nobody in the Cow Wrangler. Wrangler asked Jupiter if he's ever sent nudes to a minor, and Jupiter says yes, but only to one person. And the way he tries to justify his actions is literally retarded.
To everyone
So
via
you sent
a
nudes to an underage person.
International. I didn't send it all over the place. I only sent one to one
But
of
you
my.
sent it
But you
to
sent
a
it to
child.
one person. It was to one person though. It's
But you sent it
fine.
to
Yeah.
an underage person.
Let me explain myself. I was not thinking clearly. My brain was out of commission. I was drunk.
He was drunk.
I was out of it.
Yeah, it was
I
under the
did not
influence.
think clearly. I'm a disabled
Victim.
fucking adult. How many times must I tell you guys that? I am disabled. A disabled fucking
Being
adult.
disabled is not an excuse for talking or touching a child.
Nick's response to Jupiter's justification is exactly what I was thinking. Being disabled and drunk is not an excuse to be a pedophile, Jupiter. Stop being for like 30 seconds and you'll realize it too, buddy. Even though it was beautiful to watch Jupiter have to deal with hostile confrontation live, his feature on the Too High for Stupid podcast with kiwitapes and Smokey MCC was even better. Obviously, I can't include every memorable moment from the stream, but if you want to watch the full thing for yourself, I'll have it linked in my description. But there are a few instances I want to touch on here. First one being the fact that Jupiter uses, quote, being high on nicotine as an excuse for his pedophilic actions. I honestly didn't think it could get dumber than blaming it on sleep deprivation, but blaming a nicotine buzz for your f***ed up sexual desires easily takes the cake.
I do admit I made a mistake by saying all that shit, but it's basically because I was not sleeping well and I was halfway drunk. You know, I was halfway in the halfway mark of drinking.
Well, I think a really important thing is, Jupiter, I've heard you say before too that you were high on nicotine when you were doing stuff.
Yes, at the time I had 3 or 4 different nicotine juices at the time, and I was high as fuck. So
shortly after the nicotine fiasco, people in chat began to call Jupiter a chomo. So Smokey asked him why that was happening, and his response, probably because of all the f***ing shit I've done. He then went on to address everyone and say he's sorry and that he's f***ed up.
Why are they calling you a chomo though?
Yeah.
probably because of all the f***ing shit I've done. To all of you who call me a pedophile, I'm sorry for what I've done, okay? I really f***ed up. I really stepped in it, and I never meant for it to happen.
I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds an awful lot like an admission of guilt. There were tons of wild clips throughout the whole stream, more than I could ever fit in this video, ranging from Jupiter freaking out over the potential death penalty looming above his head, to Jupiter threatening to kill people on the call. Again, if you want to watch the full thing, check my description, I'll have it linked there. As of today, Jupiter still roams the streets of Idaho as a free man. The Nampa PD has yet to post any updates, despite the many gigabytes of proof available online. Jupiter has admitted to sending explicit pictures to minors. He's been caught in the act of trying to seduce them, and he's told everyone that he wants the laws of consent lowered, including that 15-year-old girl he said he would breed. I don't really give a shit that he's autistic. He's a fucking creep and probably the worst person I've spoke about so far. I hope the police have enough evidence to lock him up for a long time, and I really hope his mental doesn't allow him to escape punishment. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see my source of the video, check out my Twitter, which is at redmanspeaksyt. I'll have all the links posted there. I love you, have a good one, peace.